guys, the Catmaster. Welcome to the Stanley Parable, and I am joined today by
Joe Obama.
Yes, by the Joe Obama. You already know who it is. No need for the introductions.
Have you ever heard of the hit game Among Us, Gregory?
So stupid. Anyway, let's begin the game. I don't know anything about this game. I've never played this game. I don't know what I'm getting into, but I know it's not a horror game.
And I just recently got the achievement for not playing for 5 years. So
wait, that's an actual achievement?
Yep, you get an achievement. It's called Go Outside, and you have to not play the game for 5 years. And I actually got it legitimately.
Oh my god!
So it has obviously been a while since I played this game.
All right,
I'm ready to see it all over again.
Let's begin. End is never the end, is never the end, is loading never.
Oh.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-winning, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Until
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
I turned myself into
He
a
had been at
pickle
his
narrator.
desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, I'm gonna do the exact opposite of what you say for my playthrough.
Spite.
Yeah, I'm gonna spite him.
Joe Obama.
Hello? Anyone here? Hello? Oh, this door's open.
What the fuck? What?
Oh.
What? Huh? What's happening?
Don't know.
That wasn't supposed to happen. Huh?
Oh, I went in circles. Fuck. But
You're going the right way. What? It should be there. I don't know. Click around maybe? What the fuck? We close the door and then open it again or something? Click it?
Hello.
Back to office.
Okay. Well, it's locked now. Oh, shit.
Press escape. Try restarting. I don't think that was supposed to happen.
Begin the game again.
Escape. It's turned off. Fuck that guy's computer work. You ain't saving shit, bitch.
Neither is this person.
Yeah, fuck your computer, bitch. Get Nate on and cry. Door is open. No, it's on. It's just different dialogue.
Oh,
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, so I said I'm gonna do the exact opposite, and that's why
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Fuck you.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No, I didn't want to do that either. Okay, I guess we're in the lounge.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I'm gonna take the forward door on my...
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Boy, he's been stuck in that office for so long.
Man's had one job. He's like, nah, bitch.
Let's see where we see it. What
Look,
if I...
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
You know,
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
You think I'm gonna give a shit? I'm my own man, of my own free will. I'm going...
Yeah, try to unplug it.
That's her, Stanley.
Wait. Go.
You need to be the one to do
Try to
this,
unplug it.
to reach out to her.
How do I do
If
that?
you can truly place your faith in another.
Try control.
Oh, no, you can't.
You did it.
Did you just unplug the phone? Now, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How's that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
My name is Jeff.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long.
It's been
If
10
you made
minutes.
any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well,
Honestly,
I
I
won't
didn't
have
care.
that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person, but if used incorrectly can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a bag, sack, and crack.
Practice. Oh.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, If you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay.
Freedom
Show me.
for
Show me the right thing to do so I can do the wrong thing.
For Scotland.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
How do I break more of them so I can disobey them?
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
I don't want to be. I actually kind of want to break more rules.
Spike.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Spike.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Too little, too late, fuck ass.
Oh, it's deteriorating.
You're not my dad.
Oh my god, it is deteriorating. Oh, I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna spite this fuck.
We'll go through the other door. For Scotland.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Be a joke.
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever.
When
now
it
look
gets
where
so
we are.
horror-like.
My entire game is destroyed.
I thought this was
the only
a
thing in the
horror
world
game.
that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley?
No.
He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Spite?
I think left would probably actually be the answer.
Okay, I'll do that, but I'll also keep spiting from then on after I go on the left door.
That's fair.
I'll keep spiting.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I kind of don't want to. Okay, I have no choice. But I still don't want to.
Oh, closet. Ooh, closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
You're acting all friendly. You know what you're doing. He knows exactly. I'm pretty sure he remembers the last instance. I'm not gonna go there. I want to see what's past this door. Yeah, he's probably self-aware now.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
The door is locked. You son of a bitch narrator.
Stanley spoke the code. Nightshark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Or did he?
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
You know what? I don't think I will.
Wait, what the fuck was that picture about the story?
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it.
Fuck that
But you know
program.
what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Is everything okay? Stanley, please.
Looks like a bitch.
I need you to make a choice.
The
You
end?
walk through the door. Are you listening to me?
Oh, well, shit. That was actually quite
Is
interesting.
everything all right?
Make a series off of this.
Stanley,
Try and
this
get
is
different
important.
endings and stuff and
Yeah.
see what that would be
Story
like.
needs you. It needs you to
That
make
would
a
be
decision.
very
It cannot
interesting.
exist without you. Do you understand me?
It seems
Whatever
like the
choice you
game's
make
been
is just fine. They're both correct. You
Yeah.
can't
Some of
be
that
wrong
stuff
here.
wasn't
We
there.
can work together.
You didn't know about this
Accept
one?
whatever you
Well, no,
do.
I didn't know about
Simply
this
need you to
ending,
take
but I
that
didn't know you could
step
actually go
forward,
back through the
please.
room after that
Choose.
choice. That was the original thing.
Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The
Wait a
story
minute.
needs it.
What if I try an ending where he asks me to go through one of these doors and I just stand there and do nothing?
You listening
I
to
don't
this?
think
Stanley,
anything
hey
happens,
there.
but actually, I have no idea now.
Because look at him. Look at the dialogue. Just him standing there. Oh, Valve helped make this.
Time to make
Yeah.
sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice.
Oh, that makes it much better. I love Valve. I actually really love Valve.
Yeah, me too.
It's one of my favorite companies,
Yeah,
like
it
game companies, behind Square Enix.
Gay Ben.
I really loved that. Actually, that was.
Oh.
Huh.
That's the first ending right there.
That's really interesting. Yeah, okay.
Click on that painting a couple times.
What the fuck?
My name is Jeff.
My name's Jeff. I love the sound. Like,
Yeah,
it sounds like he's. It sounds like.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Close the door.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
This is our new home. Just chill out.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just
I'm
an
looking
empty
all
broom
this-
closet. No reason to still be here.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, that tape
It
tastes
was
so
baffling
good.
that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even
take a
doing
shot,
anything.
Zach.
At least if there was something
Keep
to
waiting.
interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
I'm just gonna sit here and eat my fries until.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Because I hate the outside world, that's why.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Now you're gonna
That or the
insult
drug
me?
money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
You're really gonna insult me for sitting in a broom closet?
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
I'm alright.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
No, I don't like this corner. I'm gonna go sit in the next one. Hey, really? Is this it? Wait a minute. What if I exit out of there and see what changed?
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do... You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Try and convince me to go out as... oh my god.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No, I went downstairs.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Are things changing
And for that
around me,
matter,
or is
these
this,
rooms
am I
were
going in
starting
a
to look
circle?
pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue.
I'm going
he
in
just
circles.
hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star.
And it's going in
And
repeat.
it too
It's
appeared.
all going
it
in
was so
repeat.
much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was
This
that
is
of
what
course,
happens when you
this
do
was
the
not a
broom
dream.
closet thing,
How
right?
could it be?
No, this is
Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that
going
if
in
he's asleep,
circles?
he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control.
How am I supposed
that
to get out of
was a
this?
dream.
This is going in a circle.
So he closed his eyes
this is an
gently,
ending of its own.
and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Oh,
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
he was a woman all along.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Let's go take a look outside. Here, I got control of this.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
There's a chance. Hold up. Is it possible? Is it possible? Is it possible? Come on.
What the fuck? Wait, what the shit?
Oh, what the fuck? Alright, that's it. Alright, well, that's gonna be it for this.
If you want to see more, please leave a like down below. I would love to try and get more endings of this and see where this goes. Well, that's gonna be it for now. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!